Hi, welcome to day 2 of this Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge with me, Iona, here at the SoulLegacyTV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. So day 2 is a continuation of this 7-day Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge. So if you are watching this on the Soul Legacy Academy, SoulLegacyTV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona, you'll see a playlist, which I will show you in just a second. Hang on. And then I'll tell you what we're going to actually cover today. You'll see a playlist, and I am live on my YouTube channel. I am actually streaming. I did actually remember to stream it out onto Facebook and onto LinkedIn, and also in the Soul Legacy Academy. So welcome. Any comments and things, I will pull them out. I will come back to them. So you're watching on the replay, please do comment, because it supports the channel. It actually says to YouTube, oh, this is a good video. So we're going to get going. And again, you'll find all of the replays in that playlist. Okay. So we're going to go through 7 days. So today we're going to follow on from the theme of what is movement marketing and what is a media kit. And I'm going to be talking about an author platform, building an author platform. And so it's about book movement marketing, meaning that at the front of, or at the forefront of your thinking, when you're thinking about your movement, you're leading with your book. And I know that many of you would have seen that you have people that you admire have books in the industry. And so I'm going to share some examples throughout this challenge, and hopefully you'll resonate. And so thank you for joining me. I can't see any comments as yet, but as soon as I do, then I will pull them up on the screen. All right, let me share my screen with you, because that's kind of like what I do best, sharing my screen. All right, so I'm going to share my mind map in just a second. So if you have not yet, let me see what you can see. If you've not yet signed in and enrolled into the Soul Legacy, the Soul Legacy Academy, the Global Networking Hub, and signed in on here, I'm trying to show that, in the Global Networking Hub. So if you go to www.soullegacyacademy.com/courses/the Global Networking Hub, you'll see it at the top of my site here. And if you enroll, you can come to our monthly call for this Media Kit collab call. And that's kind of this training and that call go together, because once you have a Media Kit, or as you're in the process of building a media kit, you can come to the call without a media kit and go through this training and start to collaborate with like-minded, ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors, and entrepreneurs. Inside the networking hub, what you will find is actually the Q&A call. So if you were on the Q&A for this challenge, so I stream it out live in the third week in September, 7:30 p.m. UK time, and so for all 7 days. And so in that hub, you will see the replay for yesterday. So if you want a place to just watch and you don't want to be stuck on the socials and stuff, then you can watch it within the Soul Legacy Academy. You're welcome. And then there's a Q&A there, and then at the bottom there's next year's annual live, and you can click notify me to get notified of the next live challenge. So whenever you're watching this throughout 2020, the rest of 2025, and right through throughout 2026, and you come to that monthly call, this is a global networking hub, and all of the days are here for you. So when we have our monthly call, you can schedule on to our monthly call, and the replays for our monthly call will be here. So all of the soul sisters and even soul brothers that are on that call will be like-minded, and they will know more about this training. And so that will save you time of connecting with people who are not on the same page as you, not like-minded. So I wanted to have a space to hold space for all of you. All right. So as I go through my mind map, so if you haven't watched day 1 of the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, so in day, Hyacinth says, hey everyone, hey love, thank you so much for coming back. That's good. So day 1 was, what is movement marketing? What is a movement marketing media kit? And I broke down movement marketing, and I said that I would look at strawberry frog, and I looked at it, and they don't have the same description. But then what is a media kit? And so you're going to leave this challenge with a media kit in hand, and hopefully you'll be happy about it. Hey Natalie, how you doing? Thank you so much for joining me, and I'm glad that you can comment today, because I know that you were having problems yesterday. So all week this challenge is going to give you value. Now I am going to do something that I don't usually do. Maybe it'll make a difference, or it might actually ruin. I was going to say I'll put on the comments on the screen, but I actually won't. I'll pull them up because it hides some of the mind map. So I talked about Sasha Sabbath yesterday, and I will be talking about your author bio and different things, and I will bring up Sasha's interview topics, and I'm not sure if I can pull one of those up. So this is my inspiration. Let me see what you can see. Sasha was my inspiration, and she was just amazing. And I was talking about reaching out and saying, you know, I'd love to be a guest. So she had a program, not a book, I don't think, but we have our book, and this one-page media kit is like a snapshot into you giving your media kit to a host of a podcast, TV, radio show, what have you, and featuring. But when you've actually been featured, and so Sasha sent me these. She sent me her bio. She sent me her questions to be interviewed, and she also sent me her portfolio. And I'll talk about this more throughout the challenge. Her portfolio of where she had her appearances. Obviously, this was a while ago, and again, I said I connected with Sasha recently, so shout out to you, Sasha. And so her recent, it was telesummits back then, radio, TV, Google Hangout appearances. It wasn't all the podcasts and the YouTube back then, but the TV appearances where she'd been and featured. And I haven't clicked into these for a long time, so I don't know if they exist still. However, if you choose to host a show or you're featuring and you get the link and you can then say I've been featured on such, so don't forget to do that. And I have a Trello board of where I will share about being featured. I won't do that now. Let me make a note actually for the Trello board. When I'm not sharing my screen, I'll pull up the Trello board, because wherever I get featured, I'm going to give you, as my students, I'll give you places where I've been featured. So, and I will give you the host's details. And so you can make a copy of my Trello board and actually see where you want to be featured. I will pull that up actually. So radio appearances, the kind of places that Sasha was featured. Obviously, you know that this is out of date. This was a long time ago when I was doing my summit, but it was really impressive that Sasha had been featured on so many different places. And so the idea, if you visualize, is for you to see yourself being featured and the kind of questions that you're going to be featured, taking your book on a virtual book tour, being visible as an author, all right, and an authority. This helps you to be positioned as an authority. And I was saying that Sasha had featured with Brenda Pierce, the Healthy, Wealthy Evolution, and Brenda was a friend of mine. So she's like, well, I've been featured on Brenda's event, and I'd love to be featured on yours. And so it's quite a small world, really, when you are going out and you are getting featured. So hopefully that's inspirational. So I was able to pull up that, but I will pull up Sasha's bio and different things as we go through. So hopefully you'll be visualizing yourself, right? Actually creating a portfolio. Okay. So that's the idea. That's the end game. Hey, Laura, how you doing? Thank you for joining me. So visualize yourself, right, in a year's time, coming back and saying, you know, I got featured 4 times in a month, or I got featured. It doesn't matter. You might get featured once. It's more than none. But I've had one of my co-authors previously, when I was sharing this information before the end of the challenge, she went and she got featured as an author in, I think it was Mind Body Green. And she submitted an article, never written an article. Like, just if you are up for it, there's places that you can get featured and actually create that portfolio. And again, I'll share with you throughout this challenge how I'm building my portfolio and how you can have access to that. And as my co-authors as well, I'll dive deeper, and I dive deeper into my bootcamp. So hopefully that makes sense. But Sasha really did, you have to say thank you to Sasha, because she really did inspire me. All right, so we are talking about, we've been talking about what is Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge. Let me see what you can see. I haven't really positioned myself very well. Hang on, let me just move some screens. If you guys knew what on the back end, you'd be like, wow. So what is Movement Marketing Media Kit was day one. Make sure you watch all the way to there and you post your homework. Oh, and thank you so much for the homework. I think it's here. Sharon did her homework. I loved it. I watched the video, and Barbara did her homework as well, and I loved it. Like, there's lots of comments, lots of views on there, so I absolutely love that. Day one was about sharing your accomplishments, so thank you guys for doing that and sharing and being brave. And I talked about a movement maker, so you're being my movement makers by actually going first and saying, do you know what, I'm just going to get this homework done. I'm not going to overthink it. And the way that you've described, Sharon and Barbara described their achievements was just absolutely epic. I woke up this morning and I was just having a little bit of a lie-in, and I was watching the videos and I'm getting to know you guys even more. So that was pretty epic. So day two is today, what is an author platform? I'm going to dive deep. And if you've got any questions, please do ask them. And remember, we've got the Q&A again. So what is an authority platform? So author and authority. Author is obviously written, and authority, I am personally saying about YouTube and podcasts, and for author articles and Amazon. But written, we talked about the media. On Thursday, on day 4, we're going to talk about what does an author and authority bio look like. And that's going to be part of, we're going to actually move into what can go onto your media kit and actually start writing that if you choose to. I do have teachings in my masterclass homework to walk you through actually creating your bio. So there's more resources for you. Day 5 is how do I share my spiritual awakening story? That is huge. And again, I've mentioned that I have a whole playlist of over 100 YouTubers. I've literally typed in spiritual awakening in YouTube when I was going through an awakening as well. And I've saved some of the spiritual awakening stories that I loved, and some of the YouTubers that I will reach out to actually get featured. Now, bear in mind, this is going to be about your movement, and everything that I'm doing, I will share what I'm doing, and then I'll share how you can do it too. Meaning, if I'm interviewing my co-authors and sharing spiritual awakening stories, because that's what I went through, a dark decade of the soul, then say if you've gone through a health challenge, say if you've gone through, I don't know, a divorce, say if you've gone through fitness, say if you've gone through whatever it is, or you just want to be happy, like the Happiness Project, right? When you type it into YouTube and Google, you'll see the key search terms, and then you'll see interviews coming up, and you'll see books coming up. And you can, when you're doing as a host, because I'm teaching you how to be a great guest, but as a host, you get to interview those people, and what you do is get to go be in front of their audience as well, still positioned as an author and authority. So I will share about the spiritual awakening story as well. And then interview topics and talking points and articles, and then the template. So if you've got any questions, again, please ask them, take some notes, and remember to body up if you choose to. All right. So let's dive into this. So one thing that I want to say, which I was mentioning, and I know that you guys got value and your kind of mind was blown with the potential of YouTube, and hopefully this is big enough for you, because if I do it bigger, it's going to get crazy, but hopefully you can see it. Let me just try to do it one more size bigger. Is that cool? So on this is a previous challenge. So on YouTube, and I know you guys probably know, but you know when you just think everybody else is doing that and you don't really see how you would do it. I want you to think from this day forward, is when you're going on social media, to not consume content, be an observer rather than consuming it, just observing rather than absorbing. So if you're absorbing everybody's content, that's fantastic. We've done that now. It's time to observe and create content. And so when you are not doom scrolling on the socials, I'm not saying you guys do, but if you do, what you want to do is remember that the people that you're watching have taken time to create that content for you to consume. So you want to flip that and be that soul guided influencer who's now creating content rather than absorbing more and more and more. And that's going to free up your time to be able to do some of these things. All right. So when I did this, and this is how YouTube work, and I know that you guys probably know it, but actually using it is a different thing. So we've got this challenge, right? And so we've got live Q&A. So when somebody comes back, they'll see that we've got live Q&A. Fantastic. Also, which you can't do on any other platform, YouTube, I think it's just amazing that it's even free. Once the video is finished, so I haven't done this yet for day one, but I will. And I will do it for all of my videos, and you guys can do it for all of your videos. And I'm talking about an author platform, and I'm going to relate this to your author platform in a second. Now, when I've done my YouTube challenge, I have put what they call end screens. So there's end screens at the end of the screen, you know, the 30 seconds when the video is about to go off and you're saying bye, there's me like waving. People will be directed to the next video. When you're watching YouTube, you might think, oh, that just happens automatically. It doesn't. As a creator, as a spiritual YouTuber from scratch, you actually get to do this, and you get to choose the videos that people watch next. YouTube love relevancy. They love watch time. They love passing people on to the next video. Now, if you're on another platform, i.e. like Facebook or LinkedIn, this doesn't happen automatically like a suggested video. So this YouTube challenge, and I'll talk about YouTube challenges more so and how I can teach you, that it's suggesting the next watch. So it just follows through. And so when the day one had ended, because I watched back my day one, it gave me day two, even though it wasn't created. And then it showed you the request the Google Doc in the pinned comments. This is using YouTube strategically and actually being in the mind of your audience is going to be a game changer. Now, the second end screen that I put, and I will put, is this playlist, right? So you're sharing with people that you're positioned, and it's about education, and you're taking them on a journey. I'm sure that people have heard about a funnel, right? And so you're walking people automatically through, keeping them on your YouTube channel, and then educating them, taking them through a journey. It's just really powerful. And then subscribing. So end cards and screens. So the subscriber part, if people subscribe, so you see that this one doesn't have this, but when somebody taps to subscribe, it gets the name of your YouTube channel, obviously, and mine is at SoulLegacyTV, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. And then what you choose to write on your description, on your about. And I talk about this in my book. Let me see what you can see. I talk about this on my book, in my book, Spiritual YouTubers from Scratch, a Soul Guided Influencer's Compass to leverage your light work and lifestyle on YouTube, right? In this book, it has a 5-day course, right? So when I'm sharing with you your author platform, you're taking people from your book onto your YouTube channel, remember, and vice versa. And I'm going to make this relevant, don't worry. But in here, I walk you through how to do these things. And in the course, because I can't write down this, but I do my best. So when you're now going through that challenge, bear in mind that I'm teaching you this. I teach you how to do your about. I teach you how to do playlists. I teach you how to do all these things. So if you want to continue on this it's a 5-day fast track movement marketing model is the course that's inside that book. All right. So it's utilizing that space. Also, we saw that YouTube was promoting our videos in the home feed. Now, we also have, I don't know if you can see where my mouse is moving to the corner of this video. They're called cards, right? And so when a user, a viewer clicks on the cards, it depends on a desktop and on a mobile. What they see, but I'm sure that you've seen YouTubers go, I'll leave the next video in the cards, I'll leave it in the description, I'll do it in the pinned comments, all those things. Now, the inside of there, And I say that I talk about this in chapter 3, the principles of Soul Fuel playlist. Now, this YouTube, let me just make that smaller. This YouTube, gosh, this YouTube, hang on. This challenge is in a YouTube playlist, right? So I've put cards on a desktop. It's different to on a mobile, but it doesn't matter. So I've put my book launch videos in the cards. So when I'm creating this challenge, I say, if you want my book launch videos, so meaning that my book has it has a companion playlist. So while I'm speaking in my book, I'm having in mind that I'm going to be creating videos. Now, don't get overwhelmed, because I didn't actually create these videos, and I've still not created the majority of these videos, but they're in a playlist scheduled out ready for me to, when I've published my book, and have it in my hand. And you don't have to have it in your hand, but when people are searching for a certain thing on YouTube around your movement, you know that your movement and your book and your course is relevant, because you go through the key search terms and you grow your movement and your author platform in that way. Hopefully I explained that well. Now, this is the book launch playlist. I've actually changed the title, but you'll see the difference. And if you explore my YouTube channel, you'll see it in action. And so you can do more than one card. And so I do my book launch videos, I do my other annual live, and I do my daily lives. That's a way to make people aware. And I don't know about you guys, but I binge watch on YouTube. When you find a YouTuber that you love, do you binge watch their content? You're like, oh, this is pretty cool. I like this YouTuber. On Facebook, you're trying to probably just get away from escaping rather than learning. Does that make sense? I'm going to check in with you guys and see if that makes sense. Let me know if that makes sense. Are you aware of that? Would you do that? And Laura, I know that you said that you started your YouTube channel. Are you aware of using the end cards, using the screens? And when you do your own playlist, because I've spent thousands to learn about YouTube, and so thousands and hundreds, literally hundreds of hours, hundreds. And so they say start your YouTube channel with several videos, like 5. We started with 7. And they say that, put things in a playlist in a series. And I've done it in a way that I just think is really, really beautiful. But when you're doing an individual video, you get people to carry on their journey. Like, if you like this video, and our videos are connected, they're all involved with the movement. And I said, yeah, I do binge watch YouTube, right? But what I want you to do is create your content now so that it's binge worthy, so that it's like, bear in mind your audience now, that if you binge watch, and I talk about this in the book, can't remember where, and I know you have the book now. When I talk about, well, if you binge watch, what is your behavior? Look at your behavior over this last week, and your guys will be the same. And the videos and the channels that you are watching are going to be probably the same that your audience is watching. So take notes, save those in a playlist, and we're going to go and do some research and different things. Okay. So Hive says it makes perfect sense. Laura says it makes perfect. All right, cool. Because I want you guys thinking you're watching me, and I want you to watch me, but I want you to know, actually, and this is going to make more sense as I do this teaching, when I'm building something, I want to leverage every single second, every single inch out of it. Right, because you don't know what you don't know. But once you do this and you get into the habit of doing it, imagine just creating a video. It's the last thing that I share on my one-page plan. I share that in the masterclass. The last thing that we want to do is create our videos. We want to know what our book is. We want to know what our journal is. We want to know what the back end of our spiritual business is, and then go on to YouTube. We're going to do a launch of your own program if you choose to continue working with me. And then go sit onto the YouTube platform, so you know where you're walking people to. Good idea. Right. Okay. So I know for you, Natalie, you've got my book, and 2, you've got the 5-day course. And the 5-day course, and I'll show you it in a second, that goes with the book. There's a lot of information in there, and some of my students are like, you should charge 500 for that. Absolutely. I over deliver, and I walk through as I teach as I'm like now. And so what you guys will learn is that when you teach and you share on YouTube like this, you can then repurpose everything that you do and make a course. It doesn't have to, like how I teach in my courses is how I'm teaching now. And I put this into my course, and I'll share that with you in a second. And so take time to go through like and see from an observer mode rather than an absorber now, and see, because I walk you through like over my shoulder to do the research of the people that you are tuned into onto YouTube. Watch their end screens, watch their descriptions, watch their, rather than just like learning and learning and learning, because we can get in that learner mode, which is great, but actually we want to take action and speak into the people that we're here to serve for our movement. Hopefully that makes sense. All right, cool. Perfect. All right, I'm going to move more onto the author platform, and you'll get why I've just covered that in a second. So what's an author platform? An author platform is a writer's online presence. I know you might not be able to see this. A writer's online presence that allows them to market their work and connect with their readers. I'm going to say that again, because I know you guys want to write a book. An author platform is a writer's online presence that allows them to market their work and connect with their readers. Now, how you might think, oh, well, how are you going to connect with your readers? I'm giving you ways and ideas to connect with your readers. And I know for Natalie, when she read my book, and Natalie, have you left a review on Amazon? I'm not sure if you have. And if you haven't, would you please? I'd love that. And Laura as well. If I'd love you for you to leave a review. That helps me on Amazon. But I know that, Natalie, you had said to me, oh my God, I know you took a picture with the book. Natalie, thank you. But it's like, I remember Natalie saying we didn't know each other that well then. And she said, oh my gosh, like I can feel your energy in the words that you're writing. And so it's an author platform is a writer's online presence that allows them to market their work to connect with their readers. Notice it says market. We still have to do marketing, because people want to write a book and think the book that is just going to do all the things, and it's not. You've seen people, Mel Robbins and Rachel, what's her name? Rachel Hollis, taking their books on virtual book tours, like not in-person book tours, right? It matters. An author platform can include social media. I think I'm going to click into this. An author platform is everything you do to make others aware of your authorship and your books. An I feel like I have to just sit with this. An author platform is everything you do to make others aware of your authorship of your books. It is the influence you have that pulls people into your orbit, right? Woo! It's also everything you do to drive awareness, to drive book sales. Notice it doesn't say that the books market themselves. I will talk about in the mastermind Amazon ads and YouTube ads, so we can have this on autopilot and automation. But I'm just saying, like, do not think that just being on writing a book, and I'm going to teach you guys in the author program how to write your book, but just know that Iona Maiden never said that your book, somebody's just going to come and run to you to buy your books. That's not what I'm saying. It's just so you know. Right. So an author platform is a writer's established network and presence used to reach and engage and sell books to a target audience. Notice it's a target audience, right? It encompasses a writer's online and offline presence, including websites, social media followings, email lists, media connections, speaking engagements, relationships with influencers, readers, demonstrating their ability to market and sell their work, right? This wants to jump past it. Somebody wants me to jump past it. Online presence, audience engagement, connections, blah, 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 blah. Book sales, increased visibility, careers advancement, author platform. Like, I'm not going to go all in on that, but I'm just saying that building an author platform, you're here, you're in the right place. All right. I'm going to check in with you guys because I think that you are. Oh, so I think I'd gone to this one already. So this one is pretty cool. I'm going to come to here as well. You'll leave a review. Thank you, beautiful. Yes, I could feel the connection to you in the words. And so the only way that you could feel the connection to me in my words is because I was speaking to you. I was speaking to you. When I was writing it, I was speaking to you. Why was I speaking to you? Because you are where I was when I wrote with you in mind. And so that means my STAP, what I call my STAP, and I'll talk about it on the masterclass. The STAP, the Soul Tribe Avatar Persona or Profile. I can't go into this right now. I do go into it on the masterclass. Basically, when you know who it is that you serve, you know their language. And the reason why you know their language is because you work with those people over and over and over and over and over and over again. And the reason why you guys connect is because you're the soul tribe and the STAP that I wanted to call in. And so I set that intention one person at a time, the next person and the next person and the next person. And literally, I think it was blood, sweat and tears that went into that book because it was a lot. But the best thing, and I heard the late Bob Proctor say this about, I think it was Bob Proctor, saying about, don't quote me if it isn't, that the best books are the books that you live first. You live the book. When we put your book on pre-order, you live the book. So therefore you can speak from that authentic and genuine place. Your author platform isn't just some writing, or it isn't some AI writing. It's that, let me write from my lived experience because I know where you are and here is where I want to take you. Do you know what I mean? And where we wish somebody would have taken us. So we lean back and say, do you know what? I've got you. So I love that. Thank you. Hang on. I'm going to go back to the moment because you have been through it. Yes, I've been through it and you guys have been through what you've been through. So that's why we serve from where we are and we turn around and we serve the people that we know that we're here to serve. All right. It's the STAP. The STAP is what I'm working on. Cool. Perfect. Because the STAP is gonna, and I don't know if you're working on that in the boot camp, but when we do the masterclass on the 20, I think it's 20, maybe it's 26. I'm going to show you in a second. And we do the masterclass live. If you guys come live, I'd love for you guys to come live. I'll share with you how you can do that. I'll talk about STAP and I will explain it more. And then there's some bonuses, and it's the same teaching in the masterclass as it is in the 5-day challenge. So I give you some teaching and I literally break it down. Day 1, day 2, day 3. There's a 3-part teaching in the masterclass around your STAP, but I actually put it into the course. You'll see that I look like I've got loads of content, and I have, but I repurpose it and I put it back in the place where you're going to need it when you try to avoid going through it. My marketing is the things that I wanted my students to know. So I feel good about marketing because I know that I'm educating. I know that I'm teaching, right? Hopefully that makes sense. So the author platform is, so let me just, because I will go off on tangents and I did really well with time yesterday. So how to build an author platform to market your work. So notice it's to market your work. Today's book authors may be asked to build a marketing campaign that once fell under the duties of a publishing house. I'm going to say that again because I know that for a fact, and I've seen people that I've connected with, and I'm going to use an example in a second. So today's authors may be asked to build a marketing campaign, right? Do you even know how to build a marketing campaign that once fell under the duties of a publishing house? To successfully market themselves and their work, writers must develop an author platform, sometimes long before the book hits the printing press. Long before, right? So when I say start YouTube from scratch and we're talking, and I gave myself a year to write my book, and to be transparent, I did not take a year to write my book. I did it in the last 11 weeks because I then fostered 3 children under 5 that were 4 and 2 and twins. So my journey did not go smooth, but family is everything. Family, right? So I didn't do that. I had set the intention. So lives, and I did it. I got there. So what's an offer platform? Let me just see if this is the same thing. Okay, wait, that does. Why is having a platform important for authors? Fiction and non-fiction authors alike. The breadth of an author platform can be a critical factor in the publisher's decision to accept the book. So we're going to self-publish, so you're good. So people think, oh, I'll just get a publisher, and the publisher won't even take people on necessarily, not like automatically, unless they've actually know how to build an audience, because they know that they're not going to sell any books. So all things. So 4 steps to building your author platform. I'm not going to go through all of this. Create a website. I say create an online calendar. You're cool. Publish articles online, right? Maintain social media accounts. Explore other media ventures, right? And so that's just one person's perception of building an author platform. But the idea is basically you are going to be writing your book, but it's not in isolation. And I'm going to go up here and share. And this is what I'm going to talk about in the homework. So if you guys have done your homework or you're ready to do your homework, awesome. And so I don't want you to get these two day 1 and day 2's homeworks confused. Day 1 is about your personal and professional achievements. And I do want a day 1 video or a day 1 whatever. And then day 2, please don't merge them because I'm going to be opening up a spiritual book, a spiritual business book and course creation breakthrough session. And for those of you who are participating, I'd love to offer you that and work with you and actually dive deep on your movement. So this is where my author platform started many moons ago, 2010, 2011, I think. So this was Easy in Articles. Don't know if you know what Easy in Articles is, but it was a platform where people published articles more so, and we've got different places, and I'll show you those throughout the week. But people used to do video articles and different things. But anyway, the articles. So I'm going to ask you guys in the homework, so write some notes so you get this towards the end, where you've been featured as an author. So it might be a book, it might be you writing in an article or publication. So some of the titles, and we talked about this last night on the Q&A, or yesterday on the Q&A, that when we're doing the homework, we're connecting the dots to where you've been so that it creates a full picture by the end of the week. So it's not just the media kit, it's you behind the media kit, if that makes sense. So these are some of the titles, and I know this is blurry, but I screenshot a video, and I'll come back to comments in a second if you've got some, if you want to ask any questions. So some of the titles. So this was Spiritual Business Owners, How to Sell Your Services by Telling the Truth. This was 2014. We're now in 2025. Spiritual Business Marketing, 3 major mistakes you must avoid, 2014. How can I start fulfilling my life's purpose and getting paid in the process, 2013. And I did my summit on that very topic, and I walked you through the story of someone really resonating with that. Life purpose vision boards, because that's what they're called. It's now the 1 week to create a badass spiritual business vision board. It's time to get out of your own way. That was 2011. Physical therapy, marketing, what to do before you get new clients. And I wasn't ever a physical therapist, so I don't even know why I did that. How to become a holistic or a therapist or holistic practitioner with a plan for vibrant practice building. And I didn't know it was vibrational practice building back then, but there you go. And that was 2010. Online practice building, spiritual entrepreneurs can build a vibrant practice through social media. I've come a long way. Life purpose, how to define our success. Still talking about success. Write a newsletter. Absolutely do not do that. Write a newsletter. This has gone away now. An authentic marketing tool to get more paying clients. Next one, 3 reasons why talented holistic practitioners struggle and fail to attract money and remain broke, right? I'm still talking about being busy, broke, and burnt out. How to fix 8 silly marketing mistakes that can seriously hurt your holistic practice. I mean, they're really cheesy, aren't they? The titles, but that was the thing back then. So I would say for my homework, I'd say, where have I been featured? That's the journey and the dots that I'm still talking about. If it's something that you're still talking about and you're still passionate about, that is part of your life purpose. I'll come and check in, and then I'll talk more about the author platform. All right. Okay. Hang on. Oh yeah, there's no more comments. So if you've got any comments, you're probably listening intently. So author platform. So again, I'm talking about articles. And I'll share with you more of the places. Let me see if I can do the Trello board. I don't even know if I can, whether it'll come up or not. Yeah, it has. So this Trello board, and you may have requested this, and if you're one of my students, you will. So this Trello board, can you guys see that? Yeah, cool. So this Trello board, I know some of it's cut off, is me being featured, but it's step 4 of my Soul Legacy Launch Blueprint, where I talk about creating joint vision partnerships and being featured. So this is Dana Rivera. We met in doing Hangouts, and I taught Dana as my beta boot camp, and she became a speaker on my #1 Divine Intervention virtual event. I've been talking about that. And my stat was Sarah Jane, and we actually have a Sarah in the co-author book series, and it just makes me smile. And so my media tour, Facebook, being featured on Facebook, you're going to take your media tour wherever you choose to in the next year. YouTube, podcasts, television, radio, articles, magazines, summits, and I plan to do a TED Talk. I'm going to get a TED Talk coach. And so whenever I feature, I will put these down here. I've bought some resources as well. I'll talk about this more throughout the week, and you can copy this. So really visualize. So Sasha had her portfolio of where she'd been featured, and this is like a working document that you can move and plan. Like, okay, well, I want to feature on the television or on the radio, or write an article. I might want to feature 1 television, 1 radio, 1 article, 1 podcast a month. So you're building out that portfolio. I will take care of you guys, and I will go deep with you, as deep as you want to go. If you want to really, I know that some of you say, I want to go global and I want to reach hundreds of thousands of people, then that's fantastic. We saw Teal Swan and Ralph Smart with millions of subscribers. And so I don't know how else they've done theirs, but, be ready to actually be visible. So this is Amazon, obviously. And so I've typed in my name. So eventually you'll type in your name if you're not a publisher author. And so I talked about Lindsay Austin and the book, The Flight of the Butterfly. I don't have it here, and helping her to relaunch her book. And although she published the book, she didn't have an Amazon Author Central page, and I'm not sure why, but we created one. And then when you co-author, you can actually claim our co-author book if you are part of that. So when people Google your name, the books will come up. So this is my book, and this is my podcast on Audible. And my podcast on Audible is the daily lives that I do when I say I'm starting a movement, and I talk about intentional living and the Cheers to Financial Freedom frequency. That is the same categories for my co-author book. I actually have the podcast talking about journaling and the co-author book. And so it's an author platform in terms of journaling. And so I just strip out my YouTube videos and I put them on the Audible podcast, and also on Spotify as well. And so you'll see that I've come up for The Secret Child, Life After Loss. And this book, I was a co-author. There was 18 of us, mums or parents, not just mums, who had, lost their child. And Brenda and Dr. Sue Denk had launched it. And I said, the way that you're launching that, I don't think it's going to go to #1. And she's like, no, I was told blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, and it didn't go to #1. So she launched it and it didn't go to #1. So everybody was expecting it to hit #1. So I got on the phone and I said, look, this is how you do it. This is what you need to tweak. And she relaunched it, and we all hit #1. 18 of us hit #1 bestseller status for this co-author book. So I helped Lindsay with her book, relaunch her book, and get her Amazon Author Central page and get her book to #1. She'd already got 5-star reviews, but she hadn't positioned it as a #1 bestselling book, and that helps. All right. So I don't even know why I wrote that, but anyway, I've talked about in the book, I've got the 5-day challenge. This is the media kit, and this is a bit wonky because I tried to make it bigger for y'all. All right. Oh gosh, you're welcome. Hang on. I'm going to make it smaller just so I can navigate it. But the media kit that I talked about, let me just make this smaller. So the media kit that I talked about and we're talking about and that you're going to be leaving with, hang on, let me find my place. Apologies. Hang on. The media kit, I'm aware of all of the blank spaces. The media kit that I've been talking about and you're going to be leaving with is a Canva template, right? And so co-authors can use this as you build out. Once we've launched the book, and then you can use that. For those of you co-authors and my masterminders, when I'm sharing how to build your author and authority platform, your book can go on there as well. And again, we can use a one-page PDF of your story as an opt-in for your readers. Now, Robin Knott, again, my movement maker, she actually forwarded my book. And so she said, I purchased this book as an additional guide to the trainings I received from Iona made through her Soul Legacy Academy and Spiritual Biz YouTubers Network. Once again, she blew me away. I expected the book to hit a few points of her teachings. Little did I know until now, she produced a book that could actually be a standalone. She left no stone unturned. Granted, I obviously recommend her teachings or trainings in addition to the book. I also love how that interaction, just saying she nailed all the points in the process of building a spiritual business, expanding that presence on YouTube and work-life balance. So inside my book, Robin's referring to the teachings. She's been a student of mine in a lot of my teachings. And so again, imagine having you building an author platform and you having reviews about your work as well as the book, because you've taken time to take that reader off the book and get them results. Does that make sense? Hang on. Do you think it matters if some of the features are dated? But no, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. No, absolutely. I think for you to put your features together and see what's relevant, I think relevancy is more than the date. Say I could share in my portfolio that those, well, I could have, but I think the site's down. I could have actually put those articles because it's still relevant regardless. And that shows a breadth of experience and knowledge. And so Hyacinth was saying on our Q&A just how much extensive experience she's got over decades. And so for me, that positions you more as an authority and an author because you've been doing it so long. Now, I've just mentioned 2010. I started 2008, 2009. This is not new rodeo for me. But the majority that I've spent a long time offline as well, with losses and stuff. I haven't been on at it all of that time. But and I've spent chunks of time off. But I think, when you see my dates, do you think, oh my gosh, that's outdated? Or, oh, wow, I didn't realize, she's been going for that long kind of thing. So I think do what you feel that is comfortable. But I personally would say absolutely. Anybody else can chime in to that as well if you go back and your stuff is dated. So this is on Amazon. And so this is the Kindle version, obviously, and I say obviously. So they've got Kindle and paperback. So when you publish your Kindle, you can have a sample. And so again, it's spiritual YouTubers from scratch, a soul-guided influencer compass, leverage your Lightwork and lifestyle on YouTube. And I know it's a super long title, but it does what it says on the tin. And Robin says, and I'm not going to read all of Robin's forward, but it's a beautiful forward. Thank you again, Robin. Again, movement maker. So she said, after taking a leap into the realm of, and I'm going to show you this on Amazon because somebody, before they've purchased the book, they want to get a sample, they get this. So by you working with your students and knowing how to speak to them because you work with them, it puts you in a better position when you're writing your book. Remember, we can publish our book on pre-order and still position ourselves, get it to #1 on Amazon on pre-order, as I did in 7 categories in 7 days, and give yourself a year to write it. So this wouldn't be available straight away. But when you do publish it, so you publish it, go do your work on the back end, do your program and what have you, ready for the actual writing of your book, and then you can get one of your students to do a foreword of it. So she says, after taking a leap into the realm of spiritual business entrepreneurship, following the so-called gurus on social media, I love Robin, I was at my wit's end feeling stressed. Does this sound like you? Stressed and confused, or I might be confusing you. Hopefully I'm not. They all said the same thing: build a list. That was it. That was the focus to get and start and maintain my business. Build a list. Just offer a freebie so you can gather a list of names of people to contact via email? No. So Robin's personality comes through that. And you know, I talk about the list building versus legacy buildings. In your movement, you'll stand for something. And I'll come back to any comments. Hold on. Okay. Laura says, thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome. So hopefully that resonated and made sense to you. So this is an Amazon up here, you'll see, and you can type it into Google. Do you see this up here? Amazon, I don't know if you can you? Yeah. Amazon author central page, right? And so you can Google this. And so when you have a book and you're publishing, and so it says, welcome to Amazon Author Central. I'm going to share with you how to get your links in the author program. I'll share with you. It's easy. You can do this whether you come into the co-author program anyway, but I'll walk you through what it is. So I claimed my books, right? So I claimed the co-author books as well as my own book. And so the Amazon, you may or may not know, realize they have different stores, meaning the main Amazon.com, but they have Amazon UK and Germany and France and US, Canada and different places. So your book will be in Amazon stores, multiple stores, and to give your readers different links for their country. It doesn't completely matter, but it's helpful. I would say that it's helpful because when you launch, people are like, it's not working, and I did that with the Kindle launch, and I was like, what do you mean? So I learned the hard way. So I will share that with you. So this is an Amazon Author Central page. Now you don't have to have one apparently to write to thingy the book, but to claim our co-author book, I will walk you through that. Now this is Balboa Press, and I don't think I've got hang on. So I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that more? The universe is calling you to publish. Claim your free publishing guide. Okay, cool. Now this is some of the packages, and I think this is a year old, and I cannot update this mind map. I don't even know what's going on with it, but you can have a look about. I was going to publish with Balboa Press. One of my students had published with Balboa Press. I don't know which package she chose. However, they've got the accelerator program, and I don't know if this is outdated or not. And you can choose to or not go with them. So 1,699, 2,499, 5,599, 10,999, or 16,999. Know that authorship is a big thing, basically, is what I want you to take from that. And so I'm sharing with my co-authors and my mastermind how to write, publish, and market their book. When you go to a traditional publishing house, because I'll have SoulLegacyTV Press, public and publish YouTube promotions agency, they don't teach you how to build the rest of your. They're like, you saw that it says, well, authors need to have their author platform. But I don't see publishing houses teaching you how to build that author platform, right? So you're welcome. So I know the value of what I'm sharing. Just know that. I know the value of what I'm sharing because I wanted it. And I was like, how am I going to actually do this? And I'm going to fold away my mind map just because. All right, we're going to get to tasks in a second now, but I've got some screens that I want to share with you. So an author platform example, international bestselling. A successful spiritual business model versus an unsuccessful business model. I'm going to make this bigger now. I don't know why it's not zooming. It's cutting off my. There we go. If you guys saw all of the screens and stuff, so let me make that a little bit bigger. So an unsuccessful spiritual business model, I realize where it is. I'm just going to make it bigger for you guys. Unsuccessful spiritual business model versus a successful business model. Random ideas. You might feel like you've got random. They're not really random. They might feel random. And I teach you how to put all of your ideas under one umbrella, so don't worry. But they might feel a bit random versus an international bestselling author. So I'm going to go through that in a second. Oh, good Lord. Hang on. This is not playing ball. So this, if it lets me, this is my one-page plan, which I can show you if it doesn't let me, and I can't get it all. Yeah, it's not giving me it all. So up here, Yeah, and I can go into the Soul Legacy Academy and show you this. You can download this. Let me make it a little bit smaller. That might help. It's just not playing as much ball as it normally is. Okay. You guys can see that. I know it's a little bit. I'll walk you through it. So this is about aligning your movement, your message, and your money, right? So that's what it says at the top of here. As Iona made is your spiritual book and online business model mentor. And so the front end of your business, and let me know if you guys know about the front end of your business with marketing, and bear in mind, your book is going to be aligned with your YouTube channel, your courses, making money, aligning your movement, your message, and your money. So we're talking about movement, your messaging, which comes from you actually speaking and serving your clients. You don't guess. That's how you have that. They say magnetic messaging, and then your money, right? So we're going to talk about that. So the front end of your business, if you don't know, this is a one-page plan, and everything that I'm doing now is on this one-page plan, just about. And so it's called your one-page spiritual business YouTubers one-to-many model, live stream and video strategy. All right. So you're going to be visible. So in the first stage, and I wish I could make this bigger, in the first stage of this marketing, so we've got 4 stages of marketing, spiritual business marketing. Suggested and shared outreach on social media, friends of friends, targeted outreach, JV, author and authority interviews, YouTube, podcasts, radio, articles, magazines. Now, this part of the featuring, we can talk about the featuring and we know where we're going, but we also want to build that. You saw me in the the Facebook group. So you're building out that tribe and you're serving your audience on your monthly call. Then you're going out and you're getting featured. You don't want to go out and get featured when you don't want to know what your messaging is and you don't know who you're talking to and you don't have a place to bring them back to, if that makes sense. If you don't have a YouTube channel up, you don't have like anything at all, like it doesn't make sense to go get featured because you don't like it's not going to make sense. So YouTube ads is next, and then YouTube videos. So you might be like, well, I thought you taught YouTube, and I do, but I don't teach you to just go out and record lots of YouTube videos. We do our challenges first, and we start our YouTube channel as YouTubers. We're education marketing. So we do our annual challenges first. Okay, there's 2 of them. I'll walk you through more of that. Not today, throughout. And if you have any questions, then I can talk about it more in the masterclass or in the live Q&A. So the marketing goes to what I call your enrollment spot. So remember, aligning your movement, your message, and your money. So whenever you're out in your groups, you're pointing people to your enrollment spot. There's a lot of arrows on here, I realize. When you're going out and you're getting featured, enrollment spot. And you're doing YouTube ads, enrollment spot. When you're doing YouTube videos, enrollment spot. Everything goes to the enrollment spot. An enrollment spot, you imagine, is enrolling, is making an offer. So you're like enrolling. Okay. I have 2 ways to enroll, and you've been seeing me share this, and I'm doing one now. So I have my masterclass. I have it live and on a replay. You've seen webinars and people making an offer. That's that transitional phase of a free. These are all free. Well, yeah, these are free ways to reach people. Obviously, you pay for the ads, but this is getting in front of your audience with your movement, and then bringing people back to educating them. So this is a masterclass or a webinar is an education, and a 7-day challenge is education, and you're making an offer. So if you guys have been out there and you're like, okay, well, I want to build my business, and you're just randomly posting, it's not part of a system. It's not part of a funnel formula. I call this a high-paying one-to-many soul client funnel formula, meaning you're serving one-to-many. You're not just serving one-on-one. And I'll talk about that more if you've got any questions. So the masterclass, and again, I'll share with you my masterclass. We'll do teachings. If you have no clue what it is that you'd share, what it is, we put this on the media kit as well, a free offering. You guys have seen where people say freebies, download a freebie this, download a freebie that. I'm like, not really. Anyway, that's the enrollment spot. I could go on about this for days. And then the back end of your business, which most of you and most people that come to me, and I'm not saying just you guys who are watching live, you guys are watching on the replay. I won't even say that you don't have, because you probably do have bits, but do you have the back end of you can answer, do you have the back end of your spiritual business done and dusted? And you might be like, what is the back end of my business, Iona? it's the back end. Like in marketing, that's marketing speak, the back end of your business. So you're out there, you begin with the end in mind. So if I go and build a Facebook group, or I go out and get featured, or I do a YouTube ad, which is going to cost me money, or I do a YouTube video, and I don't know where I'm taking people in order to make that offer, educate them some more, make that offer not on a one-on-one basis and just on a one-on-one call, but actually walking them through, okay, this is where they'll end up and this is how they'll have testimonials. They have options with you. And on the masterclass, the Bank 50K 50 Days Challenge, I share with you how to do your maths for your own income. Again, aligning your movement, your message, and your money. So you will do your own price points. This is a framework. There's freedom within the framework. This is my one-page plan. I love it. I will share with you how you can utilize that. Again, if you are participating in this challenge, I will gift you a one-on-one spiritual business book and course creation session so that we can talk about this one-page plan in more detail so that I can make it relevant for you. Is that fair enough? It's a value of $444. Trust me, there's an intake form on there, and you might not like filling out the intake form, but I will not get on a call unless somebody actually fills it out so that I can know the background. You guys will have intake forms for your guys, but not as extensive as mine, because like most people faint. But I've got teaching on it for my Bank 50K and 50 Days Challenge. So I've got a 5-day challenge, which goes inside my book. I've got my boot camp, and I've got my mastermind. $55, $555. 5,555. Now, if we do the Bank 50K 50 days, right? So imagine Teal Swan and Ralph Smart, YouTube videos, 2 million subscribers, right? Duh, going to your enrollment spot, and you're going through your 7-day challenges, and then you're making an offer. Now, $55, we'll just discount that because that's for book readers. Although I sold it first for $5.55, then $55. Anyway, so 555. How many people do I need to make $50,000 at price point $555? Does anybody know? How many people do I need at 5,555 to bank 50K to make $50,000? Do you know? Do you do the maths? I'm just going to throw that out there for you just to see if you guys are paying attention. Somebody do the maths. Yes, 33 years in public service experience. I know I just didn't want to like talk out your business, but yeah, thank you for sharing that. Now they said, yes, this is what will make the difference to help the transition from the one-on work, the funnel, link into the book, the movement, and the courses. Yes. I can hear like what's clicking. I can hear cogs clicking and turning. Right, can somebody do the maths so I can have a drink? Right, how much? So bank 50K, so 50,000 divided by 555, or divided by 5,555. You don't want to do the maths, right? You're going to be doing the maths for your own price points. So however much you want to earn in a month or in a year, you need to know the maths. And do you know the maths? Are you priced on the back end of your spiritual business? 90. Thank you. Yay. 90 people. So imagine you've got 2 million subscribers. Do you think that if you're educating people and you're walking people through, I'm not saying we're going to have 2 million subscribers, but you know what I'm saying? Like it becomes easier. So we're building the movement, and we're building the back end of the business to handle the movement. Because many times people that come to me say, I don't even know if I could handle all of that success. But when we do it, it's a self-study. My bootcamp is there, and it's self-study. I give Q&A to those who go through the self-study through my book and through my 5-day, October through to April. If you come to the masterclass, I will gift you $111 coupon code, a Q&A. It's an hour a day, October through to April, on the first week, Monday to Friday of the month. So I have 7 months of the year where I'm on, where I walk book readers through the book. I walk you through the 5-day challenge that is in the book or my boot camp. And so I don't teach anymore on those October through to April, but I do say, if you come to the live masterclass, I will gift you $111. And if you've got more questions, and you've gone through my 5-day challenge and like, actually, I'm confused and blah, 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 I will gift you that Q&A. Can't say fairer than that. And then after that, you can purchase the Q&A. My mastermind is a bonus to Q&A. I'm all about ethical bribes. Did I say that on this one-page plan? What about for the 5,555? I've had people drop off. They're dropping off with the maths. 5,555. And the Bank 50K in 50 Days challenge, the homework is do your own maths. All right. So what about for the 5,555 to bank 50K in 50 days? How many do you need? Aligning your movement, your message, and your money with one-to-many conversations. We're talking about doing this over a 12-month period, not like just doing this like, tomorrow, right? So author platform and authority platform. So author, book, authority, YouTube. So I've got the Spiritual Business Book Marketing on YouTube Masterclass as my freebie, but I've got my bio, the link to my Amazon Author Central page, and my movement, and the link to my YouTube channel. 7 seasons. I can't remember what's on here. Oh, 7 seasons. So the first, my ex's sister said to give this a tears warning. If you don't know and you haven't watched this, I know Natalie, you have. I had the first episode on the Soul Legacy TV talking about launching, leading, and leaving your soul legacy and dedicating my work to my son. There's more on there. I'm gonna pause and I'm gonna go through more of the author platform. 9. Yes, you guys did it. 9. Was it uncomfortable to do the maths? Because you'll be doing your own maths. Was that uncomfortable? So when you create a program, and I've got retreats and virtual retreats and stuff like that in there. So you'll just make it worth that, and it is worth that and some. So when you're doing your movement, you're out there and you're thinking of the back end of your business. And so when people say the money's in the list, the money's not in the list, the money's in transformation. Just because I send an email out doesn't mean to say somebody's going to buy from me. So when you're focusing on let me build a list, but do you have the back end of your spiritual business dialed down? Do you get what I'm saying? You can't align your movement, your message, your money when you've got no way to make money on the back end. We're in business. It's spiritual business success. Do the maths. Do the maths. Curse words. Do the maths, dude. So in the masterclass, I will share with you, there's a whole video on doing the master. There's no way that you guys, like I say, do this. And then it's like, oh, how do I do it? I've got a video that will walk you through it. I know you've got so much content. Yeah, because I'm going to walk you through it. And guess what? I don't have to be there. I've created a video for you. Like the parts where I was trying to build my business and nobody was there and nobody caught me in the cracks. It was crazy. And I made a vow that when I figured this out, I would share it forward, wide and deep, and never let anybody be outpriced on my services. So I've got something for everyone, and I bonus and I gift a lot. I bonus and I gift a lot. And I know I do because I was homeless, bankrupt, going for a really messy divorce. I'll tell you about my story. It was crazy for me. And so our guys need us in those times where they are down, right? This isn't about just us, right? So I don't even know what's on this on this bit. So I'm just going to go through it. So the spiritual awakening story. So if you're a co-author and you want to share your spiritual awakening story, you can. So author platform. So that's author, and that's me collaborating with you guys. So we build a co-author book together. So this is, I know you can't see it, but let's see. This is something called Temi. I don't know if you guys have heard of this. Let me know. Temi is a transcription service. So speech to text in 5 minutes, advanced speech recognition software. It's pretty cool. It's 25 cents per minute. So you've got to have money, right, to do certain things. So Temi I've used to transcribe videos. So you can create your videos, or if you have videos, I know that some of you were saying in the Q&A yesterday that you've had content already, and what do I do with them now? If you wanted to create content or put some things in your book or what have you, or you create your book launch videos while your book is on pre-order, as I did not, and I intended to do, you can have them transcribed and create books, magazines, articles, publications. I know we have AI. However, this is in our own voice. So let me share this with you. So this software or this site, you upload files or you paste URLs. You can paste Facebook, Vimeo, I think that's a Dropbox, and YouTube, right? And I've done this, and I've done it with my testimonials. You paste it in, right? So this is about the author platform and authority platform. So you can utilize what you've done already and then have it in written form. I know you can pay people and you can what have you and get ghostwriters, but I like it. It's just a resource. So I popped the that podcast in and I paid for it, right? $9. So you got to have the cash flow, $9, not too bad, not too shabby. Let me see. Hopefully you guys can see this. Thank you, your order was successful. So you'll see that I had other transcriptions as well. Processing. Hang on. I don't even know why I didn't just click into the site, but view this transcript. So you can have transcripts of interviews. You can have transcripts of your courses. So if you've done a video course, you can have a transcript for that. So I've got testimonials in there, different things in there. The channel challenge is in there. You know, if you're making some money, then you don't mind actually transcribing. And so a lot of people do. I can't make that bigger. When a lot of people do when they have podcasts and stuff, they say, oh, the transcriptions. Now, if you do have StreamYard, I know that Barbara was talking about this yesterday on the Q&A, that StreamYard, if you invest in it, they do transcriptions for MP3s, which is the audio, and transcriptions for your videos as well. All right. So if you want it, so if you've got a few to do and you're recording it via StreamYard, which you can, and you can record your course via StreamYard if you want to, then I'm going to fold all these away for next year. If you want to. So is that helpful? Like there was a time where you would have to do this. I had my co-producer at the time. She was blown away because she, like I did, actually used to play the video and stop, or play an audio and stop and actually transcribe it ourselves. That like technology is on. Let me know if that makes sense. So again, this episode, it was part of my what I called a tele chat show, and I was talking about the soul income injection movement, I think it was, and Gifted to Shine, and basically we were talking about the Chase of Financial Freedom frequency, which it was kind of being birthed. And so when you're building your author, and again I'll talk about authority platform tomorrow, bear in mind that when you collaborate, you're positioning yourself, but you're actually reaching other people's audiences as well, which is pretty cool. This is the site that I used to use, the two-way converter. I think it's gone out of business now, so I'm not even going to go through that description. But once you do your audio, you strip out your audio, you can create a podcast, and you saw that mine was on Audible. So this is Blog Talk Radio. I don't think people really do radio. They might, so I won't say that. To radio, I used to do more radio before, from Google Hangouts to Be Live and StreamYard. So I used to use a software called Be Live. This is StreamYard that I use now, and they're adding features all the time. I'm on StreamYard now, right now, so I can't show you it, but in the Audible library, so they have Audible books and podcasts. I don't know if you guys know that. I think you do. But everybody and his dog is got a book, right? Nearly every person that you admire in the industry has probably likely got a book. And I know I'm going through these quite fast. Hopefully it's resonating with you. I'm going to give you a homework, so don't go away. So I'm going to change this. And again, I'm doing it, failing forward, altering it, pausing, all the things, so that I can teach you as I do it in the moment, and then I will just go for it. So the podcast episodes I have on my YouTube channel, so you're like, why are you going live daily? Well, I'm creating a podcast. I'm creating a movement so that when people look at my handles, my social media handles, I've actually got content there. And so that is Audible, and I think this is Spotify. So you guys may have seen it, and I have, yeah, this is Spotify. I have those links on my YouTube channel, which I'm going to show you in just a second. I'm going to go through a couple of screens, and then we are going to be done on time. So if you guys got any questions, let me just check in, and I'll do this last little bit right here. I knew that I was going to do that. I'll do this last little bit, and then we'll be good to go. Okay. I will do this last little bit, even though the mind map doesn't want me to. Have you guys got any questions? A pit stop? How are you finding it? Are you taking notes? Are you going to come to the Q&A with questions? Do you see yourself in, is there a pathway becoming clear, or is it making it more muddy? Or have you been featured anywhere? Will you do your homework? All the things. Let me know, because it's helpful for me to not only have you engage, but also for it to make sense and for you to be able to ask me any questions and stuff. So Amazon Offer Central page, again, it's changed over time. So they used to have videos on there. You'll have your description on there. For some reason, I can't even change mine. Oh, I share this in the playlist. So you guys will, I'll show you the playlist in a second. So this is me. Oh, I can't believe they've made this so clunky. This was me doing my live unboxing. Yes, it was delivered. I want you to visualize your own book and our co-author book and you unboxing, right? And this was me reading the video, and I've put this in the playlist of this YouTube challenge. I'll show you in a second. I put the co-authors where I featured in a co-author book, and I put where the day of my launch for my book, and I put my unboxing. All of these ideas might seem a little bit random right now, but as an author, sharing your book, sharing the process of, oh, well, I've just unboxed my book, or I've just, what have you, is a way to actually share your book and get it featured. So we have the Soul Legacy Journal podcast, and we have launch day. I have 7, believe it or not, 7 seasons of this co-author book series, right? 7 seasons. I'm super excited to launch. I'm ecstatic. And so the movement is just tearing up the spiritual awakening space, because I just think we need to be able to support the people that are waking up, because we needed it and we didn't have it in the way that our audience and our soul tribe is going to have it. We need to be holding space. I'm going to talk about and give you tasks in a second. You kind of know what the tasks are. Let me just share a couple of screens with you, and I will let you get off. We've got about 10 more minutes, I reckon. Good stuff. Yay. Awesome. Great information. I cannot wait to implement this into my program. That part. Yes. And this is free, right? This is free. So what we want to do is give our guys everything that we've got. And then if they want to work with us, they can. And if they've got value, then you never, ever have to be worried about marketing. You never have to question it. You're like, I always say, absolutely buy my stuff. Go and get the book. Go into the 5-day challenge. Go into the boot camp. Come to the mastermind. See if the mastermind is a soul match to you, for you. Like, absolutely. Like, I have no problem whatsoever with saying, come and work with me, because I know that people are getting 10 times the value I ever ask anyone to invest. So let me just share a couple of screens with you, and then I'm going to let you guys jump off. All right. If you're coming to the live Q&A, that is in 40 minutes from now. Okay. I think I put, I connected with Sasha. I put this yesterday. Sasha, big shout out to Sasha. I think you guys should give a big shout out to Sasha. She's been epic and awesome. I don't want to be in the good. Oh, her center on Sundays. I've just shut that down. Sorry. So if you enroll in the Global Networking Hub, go to the Soul Legacy Academy. I don't have it on the screen. SoulLegacyAcademy.com, and enroll in the Global Networking Hub. You'll see that I repurpose this challenge, and I'm live right there. So this was yesterday's challenge, right? And it's there. It's everywhere. Like, literally, you can't do that with another platform. And inside, again, we've got the monthly networking call, which, as we grow, please bring people in. I'd love some support, and I'd love for your help around it. We're going to do the video visibility challenge, and the masterclass is in here that I keep talking about. And the next one is on the 29th of September. So that is a teaching. When I said your enrollment spot, this is a teaching on YouTube, right? And it's in 12 days from now. Okay. So I will share with you how to get that. It's actually my channel trailer. And notice how I schedule out. I've scheduled out for like an entire year. Like I know where I will be when I need to be there. It's repetition over and over and over again, the movement, but it's just the same teaching, but I'm doing it to different people every time. All right, so we did that. Hang on, I've got a few screens, not too many. So again, this movement, and YouTube say when you're live on YouTube channel, yay to more subscribers. Well done, guys. Thank you so much. So the request the Google Doc for this Movement Marketing Media Kit challenge is in the chat to every single video, because I've done that and then I've pinned the message. So I've popped it in here, I popped it in there, and then I've pinned it. So there's no other platform that lets you do that, lets you schedule out for an entire year, right? So let's have a look at how many days that 354 days would be day 7 of the next challenge, right? Is that awesome? And then the request that access, and look at here now. Oh, cool. I didn't even see this. So this is yesterday's challenge, again in the suggested search. 31 views. That's cool. I haven't run any ads or what have you. And I only streamed it on YouTube. I didn't actually stream it onto the other platforms. And right now, do you see this? Live. 5 watching. That's a lie. There's 6 of you. Or there was 5 now. Right? 5 of you watching. So as it grows, hundreds, thousands, millions of subscribers, you've got the foundations for building what you're building, right? And so this will then start to stand out when all of my as my channel grows, basically. All right, how cool is that? Is that cool? Is that cool? And then I've got a health podcast as well, right? As they grow, I've not got lots of views on there purely because I'm stopping to teach you guys. Anyway, so I'm going to focus on it. So what I wanted to do was share with you that unboxing video is in this playlist. You're welcome. So you visualize yours. This is how I launched the launch day of, and I want to share with you guys, put the playback speed on what, look, it's already on there, 1.5. That cog gives you playback speed of any of my videos so you can listen to it faster. So Robin and I were on book launch day. Robin's just my movement maker. She's amazing. She agreed to be a movement maker. Now she's not, but I'll still call her a movement maker. I was on Facebook. That video is on Facebook, and my mum was on there. My mum was the only one that was on there. That's cool. I'm not actually going to let this music play, but this is one of the co-author books that I had featured in, and I'm here somewhere. There we go. See me? Hang on. I might have been before. There you go. Iona made. I think that was it. And then these are Lindsay's videos. So building that author platform, it should be fun. That was a strawberry frog. We've gone past that. What I want to do is share with you. Please do post in the Facebook. This should be cool. This should be a good homework, right? For you to do. Again, in the discussions tab is where you're going to post the homework. I'm going to give you that in a second, right? And upload a video. So well done for those of you who have uploaded. If there's any requests to do the homework, then I will share that. Hang on. So basically how I've done, oh, thank you, Hyacinth. So basically for those of you who are subscribed to my channel or not, and will do, thank you again for joining the Soul Guided Influencers family. And so this is the Soul Legacy Academy, Soul Legacy TV, sorry, Spiritual Business Success with Iona. My site is called the Soul Legacy Academy. So you'll see that I've had the concept and the idea of what is on my YouTube channel gets repurposed into my online teaching platform. So my author platform is building my authority platform, which is building my online teaching platform. So there's decisions to be made with a movement. So I'm going to read this. So I say I teach, and let me know if I teach this. So I teach ambitious spiritual coaches, earth angels, authors, and entrepreneurs spiritual business marketing that aligns their movement, messaging, and their money so they can transition to working online full-time. Want to create passive and leverage income streams, e.g. your book, online course, group coaching program, challenges and retreats? Have you been trying to figure out how to transition from your soul-sucking day job or working one-on-one in your online business? Is your imposter syndrome or fear of failure, success in selling holding you back from marketing online? Do you feel overwhelmed or out of balance? And I'll show you how to write, market, and publish your spiritual business-based book using content marketing online with ease, grace, and flow. Go to SoulLegacyAcademy.com. Join my masterclass. So you saw that I actually had scheduled it out. So I'm saying on my YouTube channel, join my masterclass. There's a replay and there's a live. Register to speak to, serve, and sign up your sale clients online. There's a link to my masterclass. Remember, that's the enrollment spot on that one-page plan, right? And then subscribe to the channel, the collab call, so call to conversation, the free preview for my 5-day challenge, the free chapter of my book, buy my book on Amazon, on LinkedIn, Audible, podcast, Spotify. I'm not really on TikTok. My girls want me to be on TikTok. And what is that called? X, Twitter, right? So when you're building out your YouTube channel, I share with you in the book how to do that. And in that 5-day course, how to do the header, how to do the icon, what to name, how to do the description, how to do your playlist. This is a little bit outdated, or they've updated YouTube, but I can share in the Q&A as well. And so my next masterclass is my channel trailer right now. All right. So how cool is that? My enrollment spot is my channel trailer. Now, these are my book launch videos. And I did that when did I do that? A month ago. Goodness. A month ago. And I've got more. And then testimonials. And I'll share with you more as we go through. Because all of my videos on my YouTube channel are not created. Let me just go to that actually. Just so you know that I'm not saying to you, like publish your book on Amazon and do it on pre-order and give yourself a year to write it. We can schedule out these videos. They're upcoming. All of these are not created, right? I've not recorded all of these videos, but I've put them in the playlist, right? Ready for me to, when I get ideas, ready for me to actually, what is that called? Hang on. Ready for me to record it. And so I think and Natalie, so I was just recording and I didn't think I was live. However, had the beautiful Natalie on with me live. And I was like, how is this video live? I intended to do it unlisted, but YouTube wanted me to do it live. And that's a fear of being seen online, right? Okay. So this is the masterclass, right? And so when we talked about the opt-in and Gretchen Rubin said about a free chapter, I give a free chapter. I give 3 free chapters of my book in here. And so co-authors and masterminders, I will share with you how to do your free chapter of your book. And I started this, believe it or not, on Google, in Google Docs, right? So, okay, no, I don't want to change account. So I started this in Google Docs. So you can give it away in a Google Doc if you want to, if you've not got an online presence. But inside it, I have my masterclass, right? I have my enrollment spot inside the free chapters. So when we're giving away a chapter as an opt-in, we're giving away free chapters. And I want to just show you this real quick. And that's all I had. I had 3 chapters. I didn't have the whole book written. And so this is where we have the different links for people to purchase. So although you're giving away free chapters for your author, to build your author presence, you will have your book on pre-order or like it's on paperback or Kindle. I haven't done my Audible, and I will do that, and I'll talk about that in the mastermind. But there's a coupon code inside the book. Why would they want to purchase the book? Because that 5-day challenge is inside that book. All right. And Natalie, I know that you actually claim that coupon code. All right. I've got 1 more minute and then I will let you guys, I'll give you your homework. So Sadhguru, I'm going to leave this actually, I think. Sadhguru, no, hang on. I think, where is he gone? Sadhguru. Look how many people are searching for Sadhguru online. Absolutely game changer. No, it's telling me to stop now. Oh, right. So hit 301,000 people search for Sadhguru online. The revenue on that channel is insane. Did you see that? I think I hit it. Anyway, it was hundreds of thousands on there. So Sadhguru, he's got books. I talked about Till Swan and Ralph Smart. I'm not going to go into anymore. But what we do is, oh look, how cool is that? So what we do is when we're building our author and authority platform, I'm going to go through people's bios on Amazon and see what they say, so you can say what you want to say about you when you're building your platform. All right. So I'm going to stop there because we're at time, and I think that I've shared a lot. So again, this template is on Canva, and if you go into the Google Doc, you will get all the links and stuff to this template. Let me give you your homework, which I alluded to. So showcase your articles. And so it might be Elephant and Journal, Thrive Global, Mind Body Green, Medium, and these right here, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to come back to this tomorrow because I don't want to go over time. Like students and stuff and where I've featured. So if you showcase where you've been featured, and tomorrow I'll go into this a little bit. I'll finish off here with creating an author platform around spiritual awakening, because there are people that have written articles in the Elephant and Journal, Thrive Global, Mind Body Green, Medium on spiritual awakening. So people will have written articles on your area of expertise, on your movement. You want to see what's out there so you can do it better, basically. So go see where have you featured as an author, and I'm going to finish on that. And again, we've got live Q&A, 9:30 in half an hour. And so if you are not on this, I can't really get you on now, but you can always come to the next year's Q&A. Just because I want to respect the people that have actually scheduled in. And so we're going to go on this Q&A every day. And I'm excited. And we will have Q&A obviously in the group and stuff. So let me stop screen sharing because I'm hot. Did that make sense for you guys? Were you good? Did it all like link in? Did you see yourself? Did you learn a lot? Let me know what the biggest takeaway is. Hyacinth said, "Oh, let me. What was your biggest takeaway from today?" And we'll hop off. And then again, this replay will be here for you and all of the playlists. And then we'll come to day 3 with the authority platform. But I will finish off that little bit that I had. But I want to respect your time. Yeah, excited to implement. Awesome. What's the one takeaway? The one thing that stood out for you today? Let me know, and then we will hop off. I'm hot as anything. I need a fan. I think I actually put like the heating on, which doesn't need to be on. Yeah, let me know the one takeaway for today. And if you want to body up in the Facebook group. We have the Telegram group. We have the Messenger chat, which people just keep messaging saying, "Get me out of this Messenger chat." It's like, really. But I will post this replay in there as well. No, so thank you for this. See you on the Q&A. You're welcome. Let me know what one takeaway that you guys have had for today. That would be helpful for me. One thing that stood out for you. And if you're typing away, there's a little bit of a lag and a little bit of a delay. Let me know. For those of you not hopping onto the Q&A, but yeah, I will see you on the Q&A, Natalie, in half an hour. I'll have a bathroom break and a drink. Let me know how you find it. Hyacinth says, shows I can spread my message. See you soon. Perfect. All right. See you on the live Q&A. Thank you so much. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for the Movement Marketing Media Kit Challenge, the MMMK. I'm excited to bring this to you. And if you're watching on the replay, again, request access to this Google Doc. Let me pull it up. Hang on. Request access to the Google Doc, and everything is in there as we listed it out yesterday. All of the dates, everything, and that Google Doc will be updated for the 1st of September. All right. So again, whenever you're watching this, thank you for joining me. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for spending so much time with me. And time is precious, right? So hopefully you have got that value. All right. Big love, everyone. And I will speak to you soon. And any comments, then I will come back to them. I don't see any more coming in. I think we are done. We are complete. I have had fun creating this for you. Thank you. Take care. Bye, everyone.